Hi, this is Mark from TechRadar.com, and today I have with me the Sony Xperia Z1S for T-Mobile. This is Sony's latest Android device, which is running Android 4.3 with Sony's custom UI built over it. Now, we're just going to take a quick look at the hardware here. It has a 5-inch 1080p display. Down below, we have the speaker grill. Up top, we have a 3.5mm headset jack. And on the side here, we have two covered ports. One is for the micro USB charging, and the other is for a microSD card. The Xperia Z1S does come with 32 gigabytes of internal storage, but it's expandable up to 64 gigabytes with microSD. Over here to the side, you'll notice these pins, which supports docking if you wanna buy the dock accessory, which is not included with the phone. On the other side, we have another port for your SIM card and the power button and volume rocker buttons. Now the power button is a little bit small for my taste. It's kind of hard to just activate by feel, although you will get used to it over time. And down below we have a dedicated camera button. You'll come to find out that one of the big selling points for this phone is that it's waterproof. And in order for you to take pictures underwater, you're gonna need to use that camera button. The display itself doesn't work when you touch it if the phone is submerged in water. The phone is waterproof up to 1.5 meters or about 6 feet for up to 30 minutes. That's actually why we have these ports covered here. I'm not a fan of having covered ports, but it is necessary to keep the phone waterproof. Over on the back here, we have a 20 megapixel rear facing camera, which is actually a lot of resolution. That enables you to zoom up to 3 times whether you're shooting stills or video without losing too much quality. The sensor is also bigger than the sensor that you'd find in most cell phones at 1/2.3 inches. That's as big as some compact and point and shoot cameras. That means you're gonna get better low light capabilities with this phone. It also has an LED flash, which works with stills, or you can keep it on for video if you're shooting in low light situations. If you take a good look at the back here, you'll also notice the NFC icon, and there's a secondary microphone up top, which helps with recording video. When you've got it facing this way, you're recording the audio that's in front of you, and it also works as a noise canceling microphone when you're on a phone call. One downside to this phone is the speakerphone quality. Speakerphone quality isn't really all that great. It's very weak and muffled, but we're gonna attribute that to the fact that it's partially sealed off, or maybe mostly sealed off, allowing the phone to be waterproof. Up front, we have a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, which takes 1.2 megapixel stills or records video at 720p. The Sony Xperia Z1S has a 2.2 gigahertz Snapdragon 800 processor, Adreno 330 chip, and 2 gigabytes of internal RAM. The Z1S gets up to 15 hours of talk time and 600 hours of standby time. That's largely thanks to the 3000 milliamp hour battery, which is a huge battery. That also adds a little bit of size to the phone, which I'm not a huge fan of, but for the trade-off with the battery, I'm more than willing to accept it. It has a 5-inch display, as I mentioned, just like the Nexus 5, but if you hold this up next to the Nexus 5, you'll notice that it's a little bit taller and a little wider, with more bezel space on the top and bottom. The Z1S is available now from T-Mobile for $600. So that's the Sony Xperia Z1S for T-Mobile. I'm Mark Flores at TechRadar.com, and thanks for watching.